there guys, and welcome back. Thanks so much for joining me as we dive into some more DC news here on the channel. So in this video, we're going to be covering two separate news stories. The first story we're going to be covering is about Slade Wilson, aka Deathstroke, and it looks like DC may have an actor in mind for this upcoming role. Also, in the second part of this video, we're going to be covering news and information about the upcoming Waller TV show. Obviously focusing on Amanda Waller, and it looks like we may be getting some inkling as to which characters may be showing up within her show. So anyway, let's get into this video, let's break down this information on both of these stories, and let's see what we can learn about the upcoming DC universe. So we're going to start off with this. It comes to us from Comic Book Movie. Rumour, DC Studios is closing in on an actor to play Deathstroke in the DCU. One of my most favourite characters in the entire pantheon of DC is Deathstroke. I love this guy, he's so badass. Give me a scene of him fighting Batman, take my money all day long. So, in September, the trades revealed that DC Studios had tapped Captain America Brave New World writer Matthew Orton to pen the Deathstroke Bane team-up movie. I mean, after seeing Captain America Brave New World, this doesn't give me a lot of confidence. Where Captain America really struggled was in the writing and the storytelling, and the fact that the same guy is penning the script for Deathstroke Bane team-up doesn't give me a lot of confidence, and I'm sure you guys are probably feeling the same way that I do based on the feedback of Captain America. So many have wondered whether it's secretly a Secret Six project, though James Gunn has confirmed on multiple occasions that he has plans for DC's Terminator in the DCU. What we don't know is who will play the fan favourite villain, though Gunn likely has big plans for the character. A team up with Peacemaker could be fun, while Deathstroke taking on Teen Titans is a must. So according to Scooper at My Time to Shine Hello, DC Studios already has someone in mind to play Deathstroke in the DCU, so casting should not be too far away. So obviously My Time to Shine Hello is one of those movie scoopers on social media. They get a lot of things right, they get a lot of things wrong, so bear in mind we have to take this information with a pinch of salt. It's not coming from James Gunn, it's not coming from any actors or any DC Studio executive or representative, so we have to take this with a pinch of salt. But if it is true, it looks like DC Studios is narrowing their field of vision in a certain way towards a certain actor for the role of Deathstroke. And I'm really curious as to who could play this. Deathstroke, a very physical role, a very physical character. He's one of the characters that can match Batman when it comes to hand-to-hand combat and kind of tactics and deadliness. So it's going to be really interesting to see who they can get to kind of portray that persona of Deathstroke, because he's a very imposing character and very badass. So they need to get someone who's going to look the part, and I'm very interested to see exactly who they may cast in that role. This is a positive update, and one that suggests that we'll soon see another major character added to the DCU. How Gunn cast Slade Wilson will be very interesting, particularly as the character has frequently been portrayed as different ages on the page. Yeah, I mean, we've seen kind of middle-aged Deathstroke characters, we've seen older-looking Deathstroke characters, so are they going to go a younger version, an older version, somewhere in the middle? It'd be exactly to see which kind of version of the character they kind of cast as well, and which kind of character they go with. I guess in different movies they could have different versions of the character, like at different ages, but played by the same actor. That could be a possibility, I'm not really sure, but it'd be interesting nonetheless. So we know actors like Josh Brolin and Timothy Olyphant turned down the chance to play older Hal Jordan in The Lanterns, so perhaps one of them could take on the role of Deathstroke. A Josh Brolin Deathstroke, give me that. That would be insanely good. Josh Brolin as Deathstroke, man. Take my money. In 2010's Joe Manganiello's version of Slade was being lined up for a huge role in the DCEU. I like Joe Manganiello as Deathstroke in Zack Snyder's Justice League. I thought that was a pretty cool casting for Joe Manganiello. The villain was set to learn Batman's secret identity in Justice League post-credit scenes, courtesy of Lex Luthor, setting the stage for him to hunt down Bruce Wayne in the pre-Robert Pattinson version of the Batman. So yeah guys, that's kind of just the story there on Slade Wilson Deathstroke. DC Studios already have someone in mind to play Deathstroke. We're going to have to wait to see how far along that casting is, and if we get any news or updates soon, I will let you guys know once we have a confirmed casting. But I just wanted to bring that to your kind of bring that to you guys and just let you know that it looks like there is some movement on the casting of Slade Wilson, which is very exciting for DC fans. With that down, we're going to move on to the second part of our video, talking about the Waller DCU series. This also comes to us from comicbookmovie.com. So Waller DCU series will reportedly feature Checkmate and King Faraday, which is pretty exciting stuff. So, though the project was impacted by the Hollywood strikes, DC Studios co-CEO James Gunn recently confirmed that the Waller series is still moving forward, with Viola Davis set to reprise her role as the DCU's ruthless Argus chief. I mean, Viola Davis in this role as Amanda Waller, she is absolutely incredible. Her presence and her authority that comes through in her performance as this character is just absolutely incredible. She has this kind of edge to her performance, and she's kind of scary, but like, that's what's kind of good about it. You kind of look at her and you know that she's all business and she doesn't fuck around, and she will mess you up. If you don't do what she wants, she will mess you up. And I kind of like that. So Davis debuted as the Wall in David Ayer's Suicide Squad before making appearances in Gunn's requel, The Suicide Squad, and The Peacemaker show. She also provided the voice of the character in the recent Creature Commandos animated series, and will return in the second season of Peacemaker. Yeah, I mean, she was great in Creature Commandos. I mean, she only lent her voice to the character, but still, her performance, voice that came through, very imposing, very authoritative, and she did a great job. And I'm looking forward to seeing her in Peacemaker Season 2 as well. So, a live-action series, the spin-off of Peacemaker, centered around Amanda Waller and her relationship with her daughter, Leota. If there's one government bureaucrat who shouldn't be messed with, it's Amanda Waller, founder of the infamous Task Force X, better known as the Suicide Squad. That's exactly what I was just saying just a minute ago. One government bureaucrat who shouldn't be messed with. Like, she's a very calm, chilled, kind of relaxed person, but then at the flip of a switch, she'll literally just mess shit up. And she's super serious and super commanding, authoritative, and that's what I kind of love about that character. And Viola Davis, man, she's just Oscar caliber actress, and she's fantastic. And the fact that they managed to keep her from the old DCEU regime and bring her into the new DCU, that was a great casting choice to keep her on board. So official updates have been sparse since Gunn assured fans that the show is still on track late last year, but we now know that some intriguing rumours relating to one of the DC Comics' most skilled spies and the other shadowy covert operations agency run by Amanda Waller. So according to Danny Rickman, the Waller series will feature some elements of Checkmate. In the comics, Checkmate was an anti-hero team who first appeared in Action Comics issue number 598 back in the late 80s. In the wake of events depicted in the OMAC Project and Infinite Crisis, the group was recharted as the United Nations Security Council affiliated agency. That was a mouthful. There has been numerous members over the years, including Peacemaker, Vigilante, Deadshot, Deathstroke, and Vixen. King Faraday has also worked with Checkmate, and Jeff Snyder is reporting that the character will make his DCU debut in Waller. Faraday debuted all the way back in the 50s in the first issue of Danger Trail. Much later, during the 1 year later arc, he served as Bishop for Checkmate's White Queen Amanda Waller. Casting is likely underway ahead of production, commencing later this year, so we should start to see announcements coming fairly soon. So with that down, guys, for those of you who are a bit more familiar with these two characters of King Faraday and Checkmate, if you've read about them in comics or some of the graphic novels, I would love to hear your input on whether you think that these characters would be a great addition to the upcoming Waller TV show, playing against Viola Davis's Amanda Waller, which is nothing short of incredible. Like I say, I'm not that familiar, I haven't been exposed to these characters, so unfortunately, I don't know a lot about them myself, but for those of you who do know more about those characters, I would love to hear your input, so jump in the comment section and let the rest of us know exactly what you think about these potential additions to the show. With that down, guys, thank you so much for joining me with these two stories and these two small updates to the DC Universe. I'm so excited to see what they do with these stories going forward, and we'll have to keep our eyes on these news and see if these characters get cast in the near future. If they do, if we get any updates, I'll make sure I'll keep you guys updated on the channel. So make sure you hit the like button and consider being a subscriber to stay up to date with all the DC news we have going on. Thanks so much for being here, and I will see you guys in the next video.